In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create the ID like this. You can have your own prefix with the year and with the sequence number. So if you're interested, then let's get started. So with the help of VBA and SQL statement, this is what I want to achieve. I want to have a prefix such as ORD. You can have your own, uh, perhaps based on the customer. That will be too much of customization, I would say. And so what I'm going to have is ORD, which is prefix for order, and then year, and then for that year, the sequence. So we'll achieve that using VBA. So let's get over to Microsoft Access, and in here I've got a little form, and it has order ID. We still need order ID because order ID, I believe, is the best way to make sure that what we are looking at the unique record. We are not looking at duplicated record, and also we can avoid creating a duplicated record with the order ID. So this order ID is internal Microsoft Access order ID, which is auto number field. But we will consider that, and then based on that we will build that prefix ord with year and then the sequence number for the order id. So that will become our order number, and then customer name and order date would be regular input that we will give. This is the table that we are looking at. This table has similar fields that you have looked at onto the form. So yeah, that's a simple setup. I want to demonstrate how we can create the custom order number in Microsoft Access. So, we need to go to a VBA editor. So let's right click here. And by the way, this form is unbound form. This is not bound to this table. So just for your information. So that's why we will use the VBA to achieve the desired result. Okay, so let's click on a create order button. We'll go to the event tab, on click event, dot, 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 and we'll go to the code builder. Here we are in VBA editor. Now to achieve this, we'll right away we'll declare some variables, okay? And these variables are very important. So we'll say dim LNG, LNG is for long, LNG next as long. So I'll explain you what these actually mean. But first, let's declare these variables. And we'll declare another variable. This will be a string str new ID, okay? And again, I will let you know what this is used for. Okay, let's say string. There we go. And then lastly, we'll create another variable for the year. Okay, because year is going to be part of the ID number. So we'll say, and this is going to be str year. Okay, as string. Okay, so we have done that, declared the variable. Now let's begin defining what these variables actually mean. So we'll start with the easiest one, which is the year. I think this is the most easiest one. And so we'll say str year equal to, well, the current year, whatever the year we are in, and nope, we have to give a date. So it considered that this should be the current year, whatever the year would be. All right. So the next variable we are going to work on that we have declared is the LNG next. Okay. So we're going to with this LNG next. What we are going to do is we are aiming to find the last record in the table, and then we want to add one more record. Right. So that's why LNG next. Okay. So we'll say LNG next, and this will be equal to NZ, and we'll say dmax. Dmax is a function that will actually start from the top and will go to the maximum record, which means the highest record in that table. But we don't want to do random, sequence number from 1 till, let's say, 1000. We want to we want the dmax function to go to the record number 1 till the last records for that particular year. And the idea is that, for example, if the order number is ORD 2026 and 999 is the order number, the sequence number. If tomorrow is 2027, 2027, well, I can't believe we have to say that, 2027, the sequence number would change. It would start from 001. So it's dynamic. It takes the last record, add it for the current year, and then when the new year starts, it starts the sequence from 001 again. So that's why dmax function, but particularly for the current year. And this is why we have to write the next code, which I'm going to write. Okay, so dmax, and what we're looking at, we're looking at the right numbers. Okay, and I'll explain what do I mean by right numbers. Okay, so if we'll go here, we'll say right. Basically this right is the right side of the order number that we will get. Okay, so talking about order number, we have to define right side of which field. So this is where we'll say parenthesis open, parenthesis close, bracket bracket, and we'll say look for the order number field. You remember I've shown you in the beginning, there is a order number field in the table, and we are particularly looking at the 3 digits. So if you notice, there are 3 digits. If we will go to our PowerPoint document, what we are doing at the moment is we are tracing these. We're looking at what's the number here with the dmax function. Okay, and then we will combine that with the left function to check the year. So that's why I said it's dynamic. Okay, so first we will look at this number with the order number for the right side. This is right side, correct? So this is the order number, this is the right side. So we're looking at the 3 digits. And then later in the same line of code, we will have the left side we will look at of the order number. Okay, I know this might be a little confusing for some, but that's how we can achieve the result that we intend to with VBA. So let's go to VB again. And now what we are asking access, okay, that's fine. What we are asking access is basically, now that you have looked at the right side of the order number, we want you to do the same for the left side. But first we have to tell this order number field resides where. We need to tell that to Microsoft Access. So we'll say comma, and it resides in the table called orders, right? That's the table name. And then comma, now we'll look at the left side of the order number. Okay, so we'll say left, oops, left. And then now I have to do that within the code, otherwise I will get a big error right there. Left, and then we'll say left side of the order number field. Okay, order number. And this time, how many digits we are looking at, or how many characters rather we are looking at? Looking at 8 characters. Now you must be wondering from where this guy has taken 8 characters and 3 characters. So for that, let's go back to the PowerPoint. If you will see the left side, from the left, if we'll start counting the characters, 1, 2, 3, -4, and then 4 digits for the year. So that will become 8 characters. So this is why it's very important that we're looking at first the right side, and then we're looking at the left side of the order number. Okay, so let's go back. We'll go to the VBA editor, and right here, we will continue with our code. Yes, sir. We'll continue. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we're going to say, okay, now we have defined that. What we would like to do is equal to, and then we would like to see ORD hyphen, right? So that's the prefix, ORD hyphen, and then the year. Okay, remember we have str year. So ORD hyphen year. So this is where the str year will come in. And then we will say, this is where I'm always very, very careful, because too many parentheses, too many double quotes, too many single quotes always confuses me, to be honest. But, somehow I try to remember the sequencing of these. Okay, so because this is a string, we have to give a single quote as well. All right. And we have given the single quote. Now, what we need to do is we need to close that with 0. Okay. So 0. And then close another parenthesis and +1. And the reason we're getting this error, just now I was talking about it, that there are too many single quotes, double quotes. So I think I've done a mistake right here, because we have got this single quote starting from here and then ending here. So here, what we need to have is closing double quote. Okay, so I think that's the problem That's why it's shouting at us. Okay. Yep. That's the problem. Okay. So again, hold this line of code, what it will do. Let me write it as a comment so we know what exactly this line of code does. What it does is get the next number for the current year. Okay. Get the next number for the current year. Okay. So it looks at the right side of the order number in the orders table, and then it three digits particularly. We should not forget that. And then it looks at the left side of the order number from the orders table, but it looks at the 8 characters, and then equals to what it defines to ord, which is the prefix, and str, which is the current year, plus 1 at the end. It will give us the new number that we can later use. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now let's continue, and we'll say we will now construct that id. Okay, until now we were just getting the prefix corrected. We were checking what's the last number. Now we will construct. Now that we have checked the last number, now we'll construct the id. Okay, so we'll say build id. Okay, and this is where what we have declared is str new id, and we'll say str new id equal to what. Now we can start with our prefix, which is the ord. All right, hyphen, and then the str year. Okay, str year. So this is the left side 8 characters we have constructed until now. How about the right side 3 characters? Now we'll construct those. Remember, there's a hyphen as well after the year. So for hyphen, we'll say ampersand, double quote, and hyphen right here. Okay, and then from here, I've noticed I say too many times. Okay, even in editing I noticed that, so sorry about that, guys. Format, and in here we'll take the lng next, the code that we have written on the top. All right, and then we'll define the format. We need that in 3 digits. Okay, that's very important. All right, so we'll say, there we go. Okay, again, okay, well, that's what it is. So what we've done until now, we have gotten the last order number. We have constructed, now right here there's a problem, str new id. Yeah, thank god I've noticed it. And now because we have constructed the id, now the next step is, let's insert that record in the table. That's what we are left with, and we will use the help of our friend sql statement. And so let's start writing the sql statement, and we'll say current db dot execute, and then here we will write the SQL statement. So which statement we are going to use? Is it select? Is it delete? Of course not. It's going to be insert statement. Okay, so we'll say insert what? Insert into the table name orders, and what we are looking at, what we are trying to insert. So first we will tell which fields we are trying to update the information for. And if we'll go to the table, we'll say we are trying to update the order number, customer name, and order date. That's what we are trying to do, right? So we'll define these fields here. So we'll say order number, comma, customer name, comma, the order date, right? And this is what we are trying to do. But now we have to define the values. And to define the values, we will say values, simple. So what do we mean by values? Well, we need to pass some sort of information into the tables. And essentially what we want is the order number, the customer name, and the order date should be passed in the access table right here, right? So in these fields. So let's go to the VB editor and let's start typing. Now, if we know that the order number is actually string field or the string value, sorry. So for that, we need to have a special treatment. So single quote, double quote, ampersand, and then we can say str new id, which is essentially this. Okay, so once that is done, how about the next field, which is customer name? Customer name is also the string value, correct? So we'll say, again, we follow the same sequence. So single quote, double quote, ampersand, and then we will give the reference of this text box from where the customer name is coming from, right? So user will type the customer name. So we'll say me dot customer name. Okay. How about the data such as date? When it comes to passing the information using the SQL statements, especially the insert, we need to have a special treatment also for the dates. And that treatment is starting with pound symbol or the hash symbol, and then getting into typing the me.txt order date. So that's the field name. That's pretty much it. Okay. And now we can throw a message box to users saying this order ID is created. So we can say message box, double quote, and we'll say the order with ID. And then you can tell which ID actually was created. And this is where you can go uh, ampersand, double quote, and then the str new ID. Have I done it correct? Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I thought of it. It seems to be a little incorrect. So str new ID. Okay, you can give a type of message, so it will be VB information. All right, and you can give a title of the message box as well. You can go on and on and on, and you can say me dot requery. All right, we can, to be honest, we can add much more in here, but I think that's pretty much it. So let me briefly re-explain what we have done now. We've declared three variables: LNG next, str new ID, str year. Year is basically current year, and then LNG next is equal to, we are trying to look for the last ID created for the current year, and then we can add one more, and that's how we build or construct the new ID using this line of code. And once we have constructed the new ID, we are ready to ship into the table basically. So this is where we use the insert statement and the values, and that's pretty much it. So now it's time for testing. This is the hard bit because I know sometime error pops up, and that's okay. Go to the form view. Actually, I was looking for testing. There you go. I go back. So we'll say John Smith, something like that, and the date is 7 May 2026. I know we can have a calendar picker and everything. Let's click on create order, and there you have it. The order with ID order, that's the prefix ORD 2026 and 001 is created. Now you must be wondering, hey, what about the information populating here? Yes, we can use dmax function. We can bring that information and populate here, but that's not the scope. The scope is how to create the ID. So let's confirm that by going to the table, and we can see right here. Oh, the customer name is not captured. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll go back, right click, and we go to the create order, and let's see, what are we missing? Me dot customer name. I think that is correct to my eyes, but I don't know why it says the customer name is not captured. What could be the reason? Hang on a second. Customer name is not the field name, it is, or the text box name. Me dot txt customer name. That's the name. So I've given customer name for some reason. I don't know how it accepted it also. Let's create another record and let's check it. So we come here, customer name this time will be Will Smith, let's say. Order date would be 9th of May. And we create order, and this is the correct sequence. Order number 2 is created. Now let's see if this time the customer name is, yeah, it is captured. Okay, great. So that was the problem. Anyway, I hope that you have learned something in this video. If you have, smash the like button. Tell me in the comments below what ID you are going to create, something like this, and what you will tell me in the comments below that I have created invoice ID perhaps. Or this was an example. You can actually replicate this to create any type of ID. You can do lots of customization. This is great feature in Microsoft Access using VBA. So if you're still watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and all those things. But keep supporting the channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.